Aries season, baby. It's almost here. It's almost Aries season. That may not mean a lot for you, but it means a lot for me because A, I'm an Aries. It's my rising sign. We know this. Um, it's just going to be a really good spring. I started getting into plants, terrible at it. I joined some Facebook groups and was like, yo, I would like some of your clippings. And then they give you your care instructions and they're like, hey, yeah, you just need to put it in a southwest facing window with 6 to 10 hours of direct sunlight. You can do indirect sunlight, but it does need to be in an east facing window. I don't know what you're fucking talking about. I don't know my coordinates. You think I'm just walking around with a compass? Oh, yes, this is the southwest facing window. Also, it's 2021. I can't read the fucking sun. What do I need? A sundial to raise a goddamn plant? They should be able to raise themselves. They should be self sustaining. Dear Lord, get a grip, nature. So I've been trying to use some plants. But what is up for Aries season? I just have a lot planned for the podcast. I have so much planned. I haven't sent out my calendar to everybody yet just because we are going through some life changes. And I don't want to jinx it by talking about it. I've already let it dip a little bit onto the Instagram because I can't keep my fucking mouth shut. Yeah, we're going through some changes where big things are happening. I feel like I'm going to puke, but I'm trying to hang in there, baby. It's going to be fine. It's all going to be okay. I don't know. What is life? What is nature? What is plants? What are clippings? I stole somebody's clipping and I've never felt more in tuned with nature in my life. I was like, you know what? They're not going to mind. I'm just going to take it. And I remember not that long ago, it was a couple years ago, people being like, you know what? Just leave the plants alone. Don't touch them. They're growing. They're living their life. And now it's perfectly acceptable to fucking just cut plants and take them and propagate them and turn them into your own. So the world is ever changing. It is ever changing. It makes me realize we're living in a simulation. The Dr. Seuss books, good riddance. It's 6 books that nobody gives a fuck about. Nobody cares, and those books are racist anyway. Dr. Seuss, I don't know, 1900s, early 1900s, there was some shady stuff going on. And the one book just has some racist imagery, and we just don't need to push those stereotypes anymore. We're done. Pepe Le Pew, don't know why he got canceled. I don't understand it. I have not done any research. I just heard somebody say Pepe Le Pew is canceled. I'm going to look it up right now, just so I know. He will not be appearing in Space Jam. Is it because he's a predator, like a sexual predator? Because doesn't he try to do weird shit with the other skunk woman and she's not a fan? Is that what it is? I need to know. It's not giving me any actual reasoning on why they take him out. Oh, yeah, I think it's because he's being creepy. So, you know what? We don't need that. But that's just... Maybe we need the representation of creepy sexual predators like that in movies, but them get what they fucking deserve. Maybe we do need some of that. Just throw a trigger warning in there, everybody's happy. So that's about it in cancellations. Dr. Seuss, 6 books. Nobody said, listen, you need to burn these books. You need to make them like they never existed. The publisher was like, we're just not going to publish these. I'm sure they weren't selling anyway. Everybody wants to read The Cat in the Hat. Which honestly, I am more of a fan of the Cat in the Hat movie with Mike Myers, even though it's so creepy and weird. I fucking love that movie. Can't tell me any different. It's a good movie. It's up there on the Grinch scale. But it's Aries season. We're having a good time. Welcome to Talentless Talent, baby. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining. I'm on YouTube. Please go like, subscribe, and share. Do you know how many tweets I see where it's like, support your friend's art, support your local art, support this, support that? Well, is it because I'm a fucking podcast that nobody's supporting? I take that back. A lot of people do support it, and I really do appreciate it. But for those of you who have listened and haven't shared it, why? Tell me why. Why haven't you done that? I would like to know, genuinely. Is it because it's bad? Is it because it doesn't match your aesthetic on your page? I don't know. If you are enjoying it, though, keep fucking doing it. You don't have to share it. You don't have to. You know, it's fine. Just hit that little save button on Instagram. That helps posts pop up. Back, like, in 2011 when Instagram was just popping off, I made an Instagram, and then a couple years later, I got locked out of it. So there's some buried treasure. It's private. If you still follow that Instagram, send me some screenshots. I would like to see what's going on in there. But I made a new one, and I'm finally getting like back up to a decent follower count. I don't really care. But I do like to interact with people. It's fun. The live stream, fun. It was so fun if I got it to work. Anyway, welcome to Talentless Talent. It's almost Aries season, baby. I have Amber on here. She is, I would say, my best friend. One of my best friends. And I just don't like the phrase best friend because I think it holds people to a certain standard. Anyway, Amber and I go back to college. We met in college. Then I moved out to Cincinnati. And she's just been a very consistent human in my life ever since. So we just talk about not having a talent. She also would call herself talentless and has tried a bunch of different things, and we talk about that. We also talk about skydiving, clouds, burbs. We talk about all kinds of stuff. So enjoy Talentless Talent. If you're monotoned, you will relate, babes. If you have bitch face, you will relate. Welcome, one and all, to Talentless Talent. I've started. Now I'm vibing. Your house gets the vibe check. So I hope you appreciate it. We got incense going. I got a White Claw. I got a Juul. We just sucked on helium balloons for 5 minutes. It was delicious. So we are here. It is, I'm not going to say the episode name because I don't know what episode it's actually going to be. And I can do that in the intro when I record that. So what am I trying to do? I'm getting a step ahead of myself. But it's Talentless Talent, baby. And I brought my good friend, my best friend, Amber, on because we're going to talk about some things. What are we going to talk about? I don't know. I don't have a script. This show isn't scripted. But I brought her on. We're just going to talk about stuff. So enjoy. Or not. Fuck you if you don't. It's fine. I need to stop cussing like right in the intro of stuff. So.
I mean, it sets the precedent.
It does. It lets people know what they're getting into. It definitely lets people know.
You got children in the room? Turn this off.
Please turn it off. Please get it out of here. But Amber was nervous. She's still nervous.
Yeah. Playing with my toes.
But
digging my nails right in.
The mic has been really obnoxious for me today, and Amber's just fine vibing over there, and it's because she's scared of the mic. So it's fine. Are you used to it yet?
No, the mic is lava.
The mic is I want this away from me. But Amber has always struggled. Amber, I'm just going to talk to you. Why am I talking to like the people? So you've always struggled with your voice.
Yes.
And the issues that have come from it. So do you remember the first time you realized your voice was different than most people's?
Yes. I answered the phone. It was one of my aunts. I have like six aunts just on my mom's side and, another aunt on my dad's side. I answered the phone. It was a house phone. Aging myself. And they said, "Hey, Nikki, where's your mom?" Nikki is my brother.
Oh!
And I understand, like, we were kids, prepubescent, like, kids just sound like kids. But but that's when I became hyper aware of what my voice sounded like. And, you know, I would take like little tape recorders and, you know, watch home videos and like really just hone in on what I sounded like to other people. And I didn't notice the monotoneness until I think I was when I started orchestra. And my teacher made some kind of comment about how she was surprised that I could pick a tune out.
Because of your voice?
Because of my voice.
Rude!
Yeah. And I didn't really put that, like, you know, two and two together really until, like, you know, we started, like, doing presentations and stuff. And, like, I would notice a lot of the marks about, like, my enthusiasm and stuff was low. Like, lower than the other marks. Like, you know, did you get everything together? Was everything organized? Did you do research or whatever? The enthusiasm always had lower marks. And, you know, it all started kind of coming together. Like, I don't sound the way I do in my head to other people. And I don't really know what that is.
Yeah.
Like, because it doesn't matter. Like, I can tell my volume, but when it comes to, like, my pitch and my tone and stuff, I really have to, like, in college, when we did monologues, I had to record myself and remember what it felt like. Like, almost like, I don't know how to explain
what,
it.
like, emotion felt like what emotion felt like in your voice, or what?
Like, you know how you can, like, speak through your nose, you can speak through your head, and you have a chest voice?
Yeah.
So you can feel it basically from here up. And I would have to memorize
how to get it from
where it was.
Yeah.
Like, I would have to record over and over and over. And, okay, that one, like, okay, at this point, at this line, I need to bring it higher. And in order to remember where the higher voice is, I would have to record it real quick, like, like, it sounds the same to me.
Yeah.
But I can feel it in the different parts.
But you're not tone deaf.
No,
not at all. So that's weird.
Yeah. And I've always wanted to talk to, like, other monotone people, but if they're anything like me, I know it's a sensitive subject.
Plus they'd be boring to talk to. No, just kidding.
But, like, I don't know, like, it's just one of those things, like, you don't want to, oh, how do you feel about your stretch marks? Like, it should, like, until I have, like, a really comfortable friend that's also monotone, like,
there's no way. Have you met somebody else that has that same kind of monotone voice?
The only people that I've met aren't people that, like, I would become friends with. Like, I had professors and stuff, which having a professor that's monotone is hard.
How did you get in that profession?
Yeah. Like,
oh, man.
But, and I think that's another reason, like, I don't, like, my first year of college, I wanted to go for teaching. And I had a monotone teacher before then. And
no, it's not gonna fit.
Kids aren't gonna learn shit.
No. That's funny. But, like, the cool thing about being monotone, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, like, there's positives, of course, and there's negatives. And I think a positive thing about being monotone would be being able to not have any emotion expressed in, like, tense situations.
Definitely comes in handy when I'm firing people.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. And you're just dead-eyed.
Just straight to the point, no emotion. I mean, there has been a couple times where, like, I didn't agree. Like, I didn't enjoy firing the person. I didn't agree with what happened. And, like, the very first time that happened to me, I did cry a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, when I was firing them. But, like, other than that, you're not going to tell what emotion that I have.
Which is... that comes in so clutch. There's so many times where I've talked to people and I can feel my emotions coming out and I can't hide it. Like, I just can't do that. And being able to have that just, like, that smooth, it reminds me of smooth jazz. Like, there's, you know, it's just smooth and you have no idea what the fuck's going on with that person. You have no clue.
Yeah, monotone and bitch face comes in handy.
Yeah, it does. Gosh. Is there any other positives you think would be associated with being monotone at all?
I can't think of any, because most of the time it's been a negative in my life.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's harder to make friends?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone, when I meet them, like after I get to know them, they say, when I first met you, I thought you hated me.
Yeah. I feel that. I was there. I was at that club. But once, I don't know, I think seeing past somebody and their voice, like I've gotten to know you so well that it doesn't matter what your voice sounds like. I can tell by your body expression and your like facial expressions what you mean.
Yeah.
But texting you.
Oh, I know. People hate texting me. Hate it.
But your like monotone comes off in the way that you text. And sometimes I like read it and I'm like, that was just rude. But I know what you mean. Because I know you, but like if we were just like new friends, I don't know. I'm glad like I got to know you through face-to-face contact. Because if it was just through texting, I'd be like, all right, this bitch don't care. She don't hate me. Oh wait, she does hate me. Where am I going with this? I don't understand. Oh my God. But I do think with talking, I feel like that is definitely something that you have to learn how to do. Like, obviously, you have to learn how to do it. But talking to a certain audience, you have to learn how to do. And when I was your supervisor, for, like, back at the good old fucking people over with title loan days, I remember having to have that conversation like, hey, look, we're in customer service, you gotta fake it. So did you have to do the same thing where you had to like feel yourself talking for that? Yeah.
And honestly, like I don't know how to describe this either, but you know, when you're like trying to fix your posture or whatever, it hurts to sit up straight, but technically sitting up straight is supposed to help you not hurt.
Right.
It's kind of the same thing with my voice. Like if I'm trying to add inflection and everything in my voice or like speak higher or whatever, like it hurts.
It's like actually painful.
Yeah. Well, not like if this is bad, cut it out. So
edit.
So like I can tell that my voice is deeper right now because I can feel a vibration right here. But it doesn't sound any deeper or higher or anything to me. Like
that makes sense.
But I could feel
it, yeah.
And it hurt. Like if I'm doing it all day,
it's uncomfortable.
It strains.
Yeah. So being in like a customer service type of environment, that's not something you want to be in.
No.
So that's where like the numbers come into play and shit.
Yes.
Yeah. Because numbers don't give a shit about your tone of voice.
No.
They don't care. They just want to be right. And that's all that matters. So with that, do you feel like you struggled trying to find a talent? Like, do you feel like your voice ever got in the way of that?
It definitely got in the way of theater.
Yeah.
Like, I love acting, but it just got too hard. Yeah. Like, I don't know. It just... Because that was always the bad marks, was there wasn't enough inflection in your voice. Like there was plenty of emotion, like you could see the emotion in your gestures and your face and everything else, but it's not there in your voice. It's not there in your voice. It's not there in your voice. And I was always, if I was casted in anything, it was always an older woman.
Yeah.
Because
it fits the mold.
Yeah.
It fits the mold.
And I don't know. It kind of made me lose interest in the acting part.
Yeah. Just not wanting to do that. Because I know you went into stage management for a little bit, which I think that voice is perfect for stage management. So it's like the same with customer service. So I need to stop saying so. That is a filler word. I'm going to edit this out. It's fine. But that's also a filler. Ma'am, I need to get a shock collar so I don't say any filler words. Somebody kill me. Somebody did that on their podcast. They used a shock collar.
Oh my God. I thought you said kill. Like, I thought you meant somebody killed somebody on their podcast.
No! Could you? People have done that. They have streamed live murders.
Yeah.
We were out here, freshmen in high school, and I remember seeing, like, a beheading video.
Yeah.
Just straight up on the internet. Like, what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah, I remember my brother showing me a video of some old man, like, getting beat to death. And, like, I didn't know that was going to happen. And I was just like, why are you showing? Why?
Why does this exist? Yeah, now it's 2021 and our president gets banned on Twitter. Well, he's not our president anymore, so
Aha!
hey, what up, what up? But with your voice, on that note, like talking about that and everything, not to say that's related to murdering, but so with your voice, did you ever try like singing by chance?
I mean, I was in the college chorus, but I of course was alto.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think I've ever heard you sing.
I've never really heard myself sing. That's one thing that I will not record.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could just kind of sang quietly enough to not get noticed.
Right. Because I always feel like your singing voice, like, because I mean, we've sang a lot of songs together, but it's like, it's your talking voice.
Yeah.
It's like sing talking. You know what I like?
Yes.
You don't really want to sing, but you do. I can't say that word, and I've said it so many times.
Kind of like a 21 Pilots.
Yes, that's literally it. You could start a band like 21 Pilots. That's it. We're in. But to really get to the root of why we're here is we've had the conversation, and this is kind of where the podcast stemmed from, but you are a talentless friend.
Yes.
And we've kind of found similarities in being talentless together.
Yes.
So I kind of want to know what your struggle has been trying to find a talent and trying to find a hobby. Like, what do you spend your days doing?
Mostly, well, since I got the house, trying to fix things and clean things and whatever. But most of the time, it's just kind of vegging out in front of the TV, and a lot of the time, it's rewatching something for the millionth time. But I also like doing puzzles. The problem with that, though, is like when I start a project, I become obsessed with it. So like when I start a puzzle, like because Josh thinks, oh wow, that's amazing, you completed that 1,000 piece puzzle in 1 week, and no, it's not amazing. I think about it all day while I'm at work. And then I come home, I eat, and then I spend my time doing that puzzle until I go to bed.
Yeah.
So it's like an obsessed, like I just want it. I not like, oh, I just want to get this over with. It's just like, oh, I can't wait to see the end result. Like I can't wait to put this in a frame. Like, and I want to see what it looks like. Like obviously I know what it looks like because
It's on the box.
picture, yeah. But I mean, yeah, I like doing puzzles and origami and stuff. But you know, my story was very similar to yours, and you know, I hope there's some people out there in the audience that can relate to how we felt and feel. Because I was also the kid that I did dance and I tried karate, I tried gymnastics, I tried soccer and baseball and softball, and once upon a time I thought about trying out for cheerleading, but no. I did not get along with the other girls that were trying out. I was like,
Not for me.
No. I mean, the only reason I wanted to do that, because in grade school, I'm sure grade schools across this country, like, they have the dance programs, like the ballet and jazz and tap.
Not my elementary school.
Really?
Yeah, no. I mean, like, we had cheerleading, but we would go to a dance in a different, like, it wouldn't be through the school. It would be through a private company is how we would do that. Our elementary schools didn't have that shit. You bougie ass Cincinnati motherfuckers.
I mean, I don't know if it was like a private company and they like just were hired to come to our school.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, I don't know. I mean, but it was just grade school. So like kindergarten through 5th grade. And then in middle school, like the options were I don't remember what it was called, but it was like I'm not gonna remember what it was called, but it's a different kind of like dance team or whatever, and it was like, I don't know, $1,000 a year or something.
Jesus.
Yeah, and what sucked about it was they didn't tell you that until after tryouts.
Oh, okay, cool. So I
Yeah.
made the team, but now I have to fork out $1,000.
Yeah, so I got my acceptance letter, and I gave it to my dad, and he was like, we can't afford this.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, now what? So I think that's when I like. My mom tried to find like a gymnastics kind of a thing. Mm-hmm. And I remember I went there for like one day and I couldn't figure out how to do a front flip.
Like on the ground?
Yeah. And like all I could do really was like cartwheels and somersaults and the splits and stuff. And all the other girls had been there for like a couple years already, so they could do front flips and front flips and back flips and everything else. And I guess I was just too embarrassed to be that behind.
Yeah.
So I didn't go back. Karate lasted a whole week. That was just, I didn't like it.
Karate is a niche group.
Yeah. Orchestra, I think, was the only thing that I stuck with, and I wasn't even that good.
What did you play in orchestra?
The violin.
Which I feel like that is so fucking hard to learn.
I mean, it was hard to learn, but I also, like, I never really felt like I got good at it. Like, I was good enough, I guess, but...
Did you ever have any, like, does orchestra have solos?
Yeah, we had solos, but there was a kid in our high school that had been taking private lessons since he was, like, 3.
Damn.
So...
Always outshine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It always went to him, which was fine. He played beautifully. It was nice listening to him. I would hate for it to have gone to anybody else.
Right.
Like, I wasn't jealous. Like, it was...
He deserved it.
Yeah.
Did you continue violin after orchestra?
I tried. When we went to Shawnee, I found out that there was the orchestra that did for the theater.
Yeah.
And I thought about trying out for that, but after I heard them for the first time, I was like, hell no.
That's intimidating.
Yeah, hell no.
Those are the same people that have been doing it since they were like 3 years old.
Yeah.
That's how I felt with softball. There's no way. I mean, I feel like you have to join a group and you have to be with that group forever. Like everybody on our cheerleading team, they were all cheerleaders since they were like 2 years old.
Right.
And they did club cheerleading. Just like softball, they did, or not softball, but volleyball. They did club volleyball. And I remember like joining a club team and it ended up being really expensive.
Yeah.
And I dipped out. Like I was like, nah. And I think I was too out of shape to be able to do that. But I don't know how these kids just come out of the womb in shape. It's a real thing.
Well, there was this one girl in high school, like, and I was like, I'm not gonna lie, like I was pretty jealous of her. You know, she was that really pretty, tall, athletic, sweet, nice,
we all
funny, yeah. And you know, I was real jealous of her. She had like a really like the perfect body.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found out that her mom like really super monitored what she ate. And her mom would make her do laps in the backyard every morning. Like, yeah, it was intense. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool that you have that great body and like you're real good at sports or whatever, but it seems like your whole life is controlled and it doesn't seem fun.
I could have never done that. My parents have always lived by the motto of like, you know, you try it, see if you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it. Do I wish that they pushed me harder? Sometimes, but at the same time, I'm like, if they push me any harder than they already did, I would probably resent the hell out of them.
Yeah.
I would be so upset because I wonder what kind of body image issues does she have now? Like, what kind of mental issues does she have?
Like, it was to the point, like, I heard... Now, of course, this is all high school gossip. Like, it was, like, to the point where she wasn't... Like, if she ate cereal, she wasn't allowed to swallow the milk.
What?
Yeah, like, she had to, like, skim the cereal off of the spoon and then dump the milk back in the bowl.
That's awful.
Yeah. So, I mean, and I don't know how true that is, but... Yeah, stop being jealous of her.
Yeah, there's definitely it goes from being envious to kind of pitying.
Yeah, I did. I mean, there was some times that she was mean. Like, you know, she was a pretty girl. Like, whatever. But yeah, I definitely kind of felt bad for her after that.
Did you ever kind of like dabble in anything creative? Like, I know music is creative. Theater is creative, but have you ever tried like drawing or painting or anything like that?
I did try drawing, and since I know like none of my family's gonna listen to this.
All right, haters, why are you listening? They're old, it's fine. Same with mine.
Because I don't think I've ever told them like where some of my insecurities and stuff come from, and I know it would break their heart to find out.
Yeah.
But when I was real little, like my brother drew a lot and he's really good at it. I decided to give it a try, and there was like this picture of Dylan, my nephew, his baseball picture. And I decided that I was going to try to recreate it. And I thought I did a really good job, and I was really proud of it, and I was showing everybody. And my sister said, "Who is that?" Or like, "What is that supposed to be?" or something. And I was like, "It's your son." And so I think after that, I kind of quit.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I kept that picture for years because I was still kind of proud of it.
Yeah.
But like as I got older, I was like, "Oh, what the fuck is that?"
Nope, not for me. I don't want to do it.
No. Then I did try writing. And I get told a lot that I am a good like storyteller or reteller, I guess. Minus the monotoneness. But just like my flow and the fact that I'm not afraid to like put in sound effects or whatever. And I used to make these little comic books. A lot of them were a little deranged, I guess. Dark, yes. Yeah. They were dark. Like they were stick figure comics. And a lot of them, it ended up in one of the stick figures dying. Dark humor. And I also wrote like little short stories and parodies. Parodies were my favorite.
You're still good at parodies. You're so good at parodies. We were going to do one for our work, and not to get like super into detail about it, but do you remember doing It Wasn't Me?
Yes.
And we would just come up with shit because we work in HR. So there would be a lot of It Wasn't Me. And you came up with like such good stuff. Have you ever like thought about just sitting down and writing a whole parody before?
Well, I mean, I have. I mean, it's been very, very long time since I have. I would probably say high school. But like every once in a while, like I'll think of that, how we wanted to make that parody. Because I had some for my old company too. Mm-hmm. And they were hilarious. But like I never really shared them with anybody. And it was because one of my short stories, when I was little, somebody told me it was corny.
Aw.
Yeah. And I was like 8 years old. And it was like, and I remember the story too. I think I called it like the Red Ruby or something. And it was corny, but like I was 8.
Right. What 8-year-old isn't going to write a corny story?
And it, it was about like, a red ruby ring or something. And like when you put it on, you like turned into a vampire or whatever, blah, blah, blah.
That's kind of sick though.
But yeah, when I was told, like, it's always like 10 people can tell me it was good and one person can tell me it sucked.
And it was over.
Yeah.
It was done.
Yeah. And so I kind of stopped doing that. So, yeah, when I get home from work, I'm exhausted, so I don't write the parody that I thought about all day. But it's also, one of the parodies that I wrote when I was a kid. Again, the dark humor. Mm-hmm. They kind of talked to my mom about, maybe maybe she should see a psychologist, and that just kind of made me feel bad. Like it was meant to be funny, and you didn't laugh. Instead, you just thought I was crazy.
What was it?
It was to the tune of like a Wizard of Oz song. The only part I can remember is there's something in your nose, there's nothing in your head, because I have your brain. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
That's cute. That's funny.
I thought it was.
You're like, no, you should go see a therapist, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I feel like there's a bunch of different types of humor out there. And if you don't fit into a certain mold, even at a young age, people look at you as different.
Yeah.
They look at you as strange or demented, but some people just have that kind of sense of humor. It's embraced now, though. Do you feel like you could go back to writing parodies since that's such a embraced factor in society, is dark humor?
I would like to try to, but I also feel like we live in a society, and I feel like that's why we think that we don't have talent, is because we live in this troll kind of a society now. There's always going to be that one person that listens to you just to beat down on you. Yeah. Or there's going to be always that one person that looks at your artwork just to beat down on you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say that, you know, of course, not everybody feels that way. Like, okay, yeah, you can hate my artwork, or you can hate the way I act, or you can hate the way I sing, or whatever. I'm going to keep doing it because I like it.
Yeah.
But that's always in the back of my mind when I'm doing something.
I feel that. I haven't had like an actual like bad comment about the podcast yet. And I feel like the one day that I do, I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, hopefully you just brush it aside and continue doing what you like doing. But I mean, listening to, you know, how, you know, you tried volleyball and cross country and everything, I kind of feel like you almost somewhat have the same kind of like why I stopped doing certain things. One, passion not being there, but also, you know, and correct me if I'm wrong or assuming, but like, I also feel like you kind of have that too. Like if there was one person that kind of was like, maybe this isn't for you, or you have to do this or that, it was just kind of like, okay, maybe I'll try something else.
Right. Yeah, I do agree with that. I feel like I've always said that I take criticism very well, but I feel like I take criticism well in my work.
Yeah.
Like as a job, but like when it's something that I do on the side or it's something like that and you're going to say that, yeah, I get shut down.
Yeah.
It's really easy to get shut down. And I feel like with sports especially, it's so hard and it's so competitive that if they have one or two bad things to say, it's like, well, you don't have that to say about anybody else.
Yeah.
So I'm not good enough.
Well, it's also the thing, like, you know, I've noticed in, you know, listening to your other episodes, I don't really hear too many people talk about the negatives of what somebody has had to say. They may talk about the negatives about themselves, like when Lauren, she talked about how she messed up her custard, you know, but I've never heard any of your guests so far be like, oh yeah, like this is my talent, but there was this one time that somebody told me that it wasn't for me or that I sucked at it, or like I haven't really heard that too much. And that doesn't mean that they didn't get that.
Right.
They just don't have the mindset of they're going to dwell on that.
Yeah, there was that one person that said that there might have been 30 people.
Yeah.
But it's not something that they think about.
Yeah. So I think it's necessary. It's more of each person's mindset. Like, you know, the fuck the haters thing.
Yeah.
You know, some people can say that, but other people actually feel that way.
And they're actually able to live everyday life by that.
Yeah.
It sucks because it's like, I don't want somebody's negative feedback to stop anybody.
Yeah.
And like giving advice as a person, I'm like, yeah, no, fuck those people. Go for it. But
when it comes to yourself.
Yeah. When it comes to yourself, you have to self-reflect. Yeah, no, that's really difficult.
Yeah. When I told Josh that I was coming on, first of all, okay. So I don't think he realized what he was saying. Mm-hmm. So I told him, you know, I was going to be a guest on your show, and he knows it's about talent. He was just kind of like, okay, well, what are you going to talk about? Okay, well, the fact that I also don't have a talent.
Yeah.
And then he got mad, and he was like, you're good at a lot of things. You got your puzzles and your origami and you're creative. Like he mentioned that Golden Girls frame that I made and everything. He's like, you're innovative, blah, blah, blah. And like, I didn't want to say it to him, but like, okay, but you asked, what was I going on there for?
Yeah.
That's the point. Like, there's not one thing where if I want this or that done, or I want to talk to somebody about this or that. Like, when you want to get a tattoo, you think of Nicole.
Right.
If you want a piece of artwork, you think of Sadie.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing like that for me. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
So that's what it is. It's not so much that I think that I'm horrible at things. It's just there's nothing that comes to mind.
There's no niche.
Yes.
Yeah, I absolutely feel that.
So like, I'm not sitting here like, oh, you know, I suck at everything, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, one of the things that made me realize that I didn't have anything that stood out, was in high school. I told you about this story before, but it's just one of those things that just stuck in my mind, like the 10 people good, one person bad. My high school teacher was doing superlatives for everybody around the time like of the high school yearbook superlatives to make everyone feel included, you know, the whole give everybody a trophy thing. But but it was not a good day for me. I got my little certificate and it said Renaissance woman. And I didn't really know what that meant.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, what does this mean? And she was like, you know, kind of like a good at everything, great at nothing.
Oh.
And I was like, and I think she could see the, like the hurt in my eyes.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's like being a jack of all trades. But all I heard
was great at nothing.
Yeah. And I was like, that fucking hurt.
It does suck. It really does. And I mean, I do feel like you are good at a lot of things and you're very smart. And everybody knows that you're very smart. If, in case you didn't know, Amber's very smart. But when it comes to being creative or good at a sport or great even at a sport, like that's not something that you can put on paper. There's nothing that you can make that will make people be like, oh my God, you know.
Yeah.
She knows what she's doing or whatever. Right. It's just, it doesn't exist.
Right. Like I'm the kind of person like, yeah, if you want something done, I'll do it good. Like I can bake okay. I can draw okay. I can act okay. But there's nothing that like, okay, I need this done. I'm going to go to Amber for it.
Yeah.
So
I just feel mediocre.
Yeah, that's the feeling.
That's how it feels. It's just this mediocre feeling. And that's like, I don't know, in high school with that teacher situation, I've 100% been there where it is a teacher that has kind of not really said anything on purpose to harm you or make you feel bad, but has said something to where it's like, you had no idea how that other person was going to take it. And like, I've literally have sat in classes before where I just wanted to give up, especially with art, because it would be like going around to every single person and at least one of them had something to compliment on. And mine was always some kind of negative feedback.
Yeah.
So I would never want to do it or draw or do anything like that again. But I do think with being a jack of all trades per se, do you feel like now that you're older and you've thought about it more, do you feel more comfortable in that?
I don't know. Like I was on my period when I was talking to Josh about it. So I don't know if that was like the main thing. Cause I feel fine about it today.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it just really depends. I don't know. Like, cool. I can learn a task really quickly. And that's actually something that I've learned not many people can do. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, yeah, there is positives to it. Like, if you give me a task with instructions, like, yeah, I'll do it good. I'll do it well. I'll give my 100%. I just wish there was something I was great at and had passion at.
Yeah, and would be able to get a 200% on. Yeah, definitely. And I don't know. I feel like the only time that I really think about it is when I have I call it my binge weeks, where for like 3 straight weeks, I realize I have done nothing except binge Netflix.
Yeah.
Like, what else have I done in the past 3 weeks? Nope, that's it. That's all I've done. So good for you. Like I said in like before, I mean, if my talent could be watching videos of cute animals or binge watching Netflix, that's what I would be good
I'm
at.
the guy for you.
Yeah, hire me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Do you also feel like you haven't tried enough stuff yet to find what your niche is?
I do. There's plenty of stuff I haven't tried. I mean, a lot of it has to do with fear. I'm afraid of everything.
Yeah.
Germs, heights, dark.
You name it, I'm scared of it.
But, which is funny because I love scary movies.
Yeah, that is bizarre.
It doesn't make sense. And I love roller coasters. Like, it just doesn't make sense. But skydiving, hell no.
No, absolutely not. I don't think I could ever skydive.
Anything with dive.
Dive in the name?
No. Scuba dive? No. Skydive? No.
There's a place in Hamilton. It's around here. It's called iFly.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen that? Would you do that?
I would do that.
I would do that.
Yeah.
It's controlled.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not out.
I'm not jumping out of a plane.
In the sky.
No.
I'm not a bird. Please control me.
I do kind of want to know what it feels like to go through a cloud.
Can you go through a cloud when you're skydiving?
Is it up that high? I don't know. Is it up that high?
If you go through a cloud, do you think it would be? What if
Wet.
there's rain in it?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, is it just wet? Because isn't that what a cloud is? It's just
Wet?
Wet?
It's just
wetness?
wet.
Is it fog?
I want to know now. If you skydive and go through a cloud, do you get wet?
That would suck.
Also,
when you get really cold,
it would be so cold. You would freeze.
ugh.
I don't know, unless you're like skydiving in a very warm area. They probably limit skydiving. Like you can only skydive when it's a clear sky.
Do you think the reason that because they wear like a full suit, like their arms and everything are covered, do you think it's because it's cold when you're falling that quickly?
I bet it's fucking cold.
It's gotta be.
Cody's dad skydived in Hawaii because he's just a fucking maniac. I'm like, you're like 50-some years old, bro. What do you? Maybe he's in his like late 40s, but like,
Either way.
oh my god, that would give me a heart attack. If you're gonna skydive, I feel like you should be young. And then scuba diving, I can't hold my breath that long, even though I know you have a.
I was just saying, you're not holding your breath.
But like I know you have a breathing machine, but like, how do you get used to that? Is it the same as like actual normal breathing? Because if it's different than fake or real breathing, like if it's any variation of normal breathing, count me the fuck out. Because I will panic.
Well, that and like you have to like take these classes, don't you, for both of them?
Yes.
You have to take some classes before you're allowed to, and then even then, like your first couple of times, you have to be with a certified
Like person to do it.
Yeah.
Well, with skydiving, I think it's only like a 10-minute video that you watch.
Oh.
And then your ass is out of that plane.
Oh, hell no.
You're going. How do you control where you land when you're skydiving?
I don't know if you. Well, I guess you probably could, like, because there's like parachute teams and stuff, right?
That's like with you?
No. I'm talking about like those special events. Have you ever been to an event where there was like, here comes so and so on their parachute, and like they get on this? I know there's no way this was like a fever dream. I swear to God, I was somewhere and like somebody parachuted in. Like, of course, it was like a football field size, but like.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So they kind of have to have some kind of control.
They have to know. But like if it's just you and it's your first time skydiving, I mean, you have no control. I guess you're holding on to somebody though. Cody's dad had somebody on his back.
Yeah.
So he was like controlling where he goes.
Like, I know there's like 2 pull cords for the parachute, but there's just something about that I'm like,
That's so sketchy. What if you hit a bird?
I never thought about that.
The bird's just big chilling and you just smack into it. Birds are kind of dumb. They don't know what's going on. It's just a person falling out of a sky. Yeah, no, if I hit a bird, I'd feel so bad. And then you like, that bird's dead on impact. There's no way that bird's surviving it.
But remember, birds aren't real.
Birds are not real. You are correct. We just killed a government drone. Oh my God.
Fuck the system.
Fuck the system. I don't know. Being talentless, though, like, comes with its perks because nobody expects anything out of you.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So, like, I don't have people coming to me and being like, hey, yeah, can I get this commission piece? Because I do that to other people. I'm like, no, I ain't got nothing to offer you, baby.
But at the same time, it would be nice to, like, make some money off of something I enjoy doing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I also do feel like, though, like, once you start making money, speaking of making money, White Claw sponsor me. But once you do start making money, doesn't that take some of the passion out of it? I feel like it would take the passion
That's
out
one
of
of the questions that, like, I have for people. Like, did you enjoy it more when it wasn't a job?
Yeah. When I talked to Jacob about it, because I mean, he did do commission pieces, he didn't feel like it was a job. He just felt like he was giving somebody a piece of himself.
Yeah, that, like, what is that cliche? If you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life or something.
Which, I don't know. I feel like if anything starts to feel like work, I mean, you're making money off of it, whatever, you love it, but like at a certain point, it has to get draining.
Yeah. I kind of like, so the other thing, like with the whole like not being able to find a hobby, I think it is also because of the obsessiveness. Like how when I do a puzzle, like I'll do it for 5 hours every day until it's done.
Yeah.
It's kind of like listening to your favorite song over and over. Like eventually you get tired of it.
It wears you down.
Yeah. And I think that's the other issue with my hobbies is, one, if I'm not good at it right away, it kind of discourages me, which is stupid to think, I know. But also I'll get obsessed with it.
Yeah. And then you're like worn out.
Yeah.
I tried macrame. You know what macrame is?
Macrame.
It's like rope art.
Yes.
Yeah, like plant hangers and shit like that. I tried that a couple of summers ago, and I did it when I was on vacation. So I had no other obligations. I woke up, did some macrame, and that's about it. And after doing it for about 3 days and fucking it up over and over and over again, I was so over it. That's like playing video games. Last night I played Zelda with Cody, and I was in the Shadow Temple, and I kept falling down the same hole.
Oh.
I dead ass gave up. I gave up. I can't do it. Video games stress me out.
Yeah, same.
I don't know what it is. It's just so stressful. Cody's like, I do this for stress relief.
I don't know how.
What do you mean? And like, you've tried to fight the same boss 17 times in Dark Souls. I'm over here not okay. I've seen the same cutscene 30 times. What do you mean? Yeah. Stress release? What? No. I think it's bullshit. I think it's all a lie. I get enough stress at work. I get enough stress, drama, just like bullshit. But I don't know. My motto for 2021 is to dive in the drama. What's your 2021 motto?
Oh, I don't know about a motto. I can tell you about my resolution.
Tell me.
Just to waste less, recycle more. I got that Brita filter to stop buying water bottles.
Proud of you.
I don't know what else I'm gonna do.
So like with recycling, so like reduce, reuse, and recycle. So we've put so much emphasis on recycling when we really should be putting it on reduce.
Yeah.
So don't use as much. That's where the Brita filter comes in.
Yeah.
And then reuse. So I would love to be able to live trash free. There's people out there that do it.
I can't imagine. Like, I have noticed that we have reduced our trash a lot, but we could do better. I mean, I'm not going to see that's yet. I'm trying not to obsess about it.
Yeah.
Because if I obsess about it, I'm going to give up.
Yep.
But, yeah.
Why do you think you've used less trash? Is it just from water bottles or what?
Yeah, I think the water bottles really took up a lot. And, I'm eating less of the, like I buy a lot of the, snack size chips.
Yeah.
And I stopped eating so much of those and like getting like the bigger bags and like just taking what I need instead of, everything has to be pre-portioned for me.
Yeah.
And that comes from the losing weight. Of course, everybody's, New Year's resolution is lose weight, but mine is more of lose the weight that I put back on from losing.
Yeah. Sustain.
Yeah.
Lose and sustain. COVID hit hard as shit, dude. COVID hit and I was like, you know what? Life is too short. I want to eat Chick-fil-A every single day.
Yep.
I was door dashing lunch every day.
Was that comfort food?
It was so good. And I was just so panicked at the state of the country. I mean, I still am, but
yeah.
I don't know. We have vaccines. We'll see how that goes.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, there's a bunch of variations of the coronavirus coming out. I don't know what that means. I'm not a fucking scientist. Just tell me what I need to do. Wash my hands, wear a mask, social distance, whatever. I just can't believe I've made it this long. Our life expectancy is going to go down. We're going to be murdered.
I just don't even know what to say to that. Oh, God.
That's my theory. My New Year's resolution is to live like we live in a simulation. I'm going to try to glitch as much shit as I can. And it's by doing the opposite of everything that the simulation thinks I'm going to do.
Do you ever feel like you're glitching things in your dreams?
I feel like I'm glitching things all the time, but my dreams, I have not been able to remember them ever. Oh. Yeah. I mean, since I've been on Lexpro, though, like, I do know I'm doing stuff in my dreams. I 100% know that. And part of me also thinks that our dreams are an alternate universe.
Do you think your alternate universe is really bad and that's why you're not remembering? Like repressed memories?
Oh my God. My alternate universe is just not okay. I'm fighting demons, baby. I'm trying to think of the one dream that I did remember. And as soon as I remembered, I woke up and I texted everybody I knew about it. And I can't remember what it was. but it was like a crazy fucking dream.
Did you text me about it?
I think so. I don't know. I don't remember, but I do know there was like, I don't know, it was crazy. Cody remembers his dreams all the time.
Yeah.
And they're always about like stopping crime or murdering people.
Nope.
Yeah. Like not him murdering people.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's very opposite.
Yeah, but like people being murdered in his dream and
Yeah.
him like stopping it. Maybe he's like some crazy vigilante.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Ooh.
Was that your...
Yeah, that was my whole body. It's from these White Claws. Sponsor me.
I don't... Like, my dreams are always like... Most of them are like me in the past. Like, I have dreams about like high school or college or like things that have already happened, but they just go a little bit differently.
Yeah, that's your alternate universe.
Ooh.
That's what that is.
I don't...
That's
uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're in a completely different universe when you're sleeping. You're off somewhere. Have you ever astral projected, like sleeping, like where you can see your body from your bed?
Once, and I'll never do it again.
No? Did you try to do it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was on purpose.
Oh my god.
Yeah, don't.
Don't. I know Cody for a while was actually trying to learn how to do it consciously. And that's fucking terrifying. Do you imagine just floating?
No.
Just floating around. Just seeing what other people are doing. What's up?
That reminds me of that shit. I don't know if you did it when you were a kid. The light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Yeah, from the craft.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you put your fingers underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Of course. And now I'm into witchy shit, so.
There was always that one girl that would lift her legs and arms and make you think that things were happening.
Always. And she was probably the one in school that was mean to everybody.
Yeah, always. Rude.
Did you ever have one of those girls in your school that would wear like a knee brace over their jeans?
Yes.
Or like wrap their arm in an ace bandage? Why do those exist everywhere? They didn't get enough attention at home. I think we have enough resources to self-analyze these humans, or to, I guess, analyze these humans. It's fine. Anyway, I guess you're gonna eat some pizza.
I don't know.
Nobody knows where they are. Alrighty, well, I am going to a barbecue in the middle of January. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
It doesn't make any sense. Alrighty, well, do you have any last words?
Oh, are you gonna kill me?
You're gonna be murdered.
I don't know. I guess to all those talentless talents, keep doing you.
Keep doing you, baby.
Don't listen to the haters.
Fuck the haters. We out here. Gang, gang. Talentless talent. That's episode, whatever it may be. We'll find out. All right. Bye. There's a cat in here. Hi, Jerome. What are you doing in this room? You're not supposed to be in here. My goodness, I love talking to Amber. It's just so refreshing. I really enjoy hearing what she had to say, and I really don't know if you get wet if you go through a cloud. So, if you have the answer to that, please send it to me. I would like to know. But it's cool kind of talking to somebody who has the same mindset when it comes to talents and kind of dabbling in a little bit of everything. And talking to Amber's just fun. Having a monotone voice, though. Hell yeah, rock on. Did I just say... I just said rock on in a serious way. Oh, talentless talent. Like I said, it's almost Aries season. We're getting into all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to have Hood Panda on here. I've been talking about that. I'm really excited. Go check him out on freaking TikTok. He makes some of the craziest shit. He also has a green screen in his apartment and makes insane videos. I reacted to a couple of them. Just geeking. Just really geeking. I also got a surprise gift from him, which is really interesting. After Amber's episode, though, it is going to be a solo episode. I'm going to talk about some things. And what am I going to talk about? I have no idea. It's just going crazy places with the podcast. I have an interview type meeting kind of thing to host trivia nights. in a bar in Cincinnati, which is really cool. I'm really excited for that. Hopefully they give me free drinks. And work, whatever. I hate having to go to a job every day. It's whatever. It's fine. White Claw still hasn't sponsored me. Won't hit me back up on the DMs. I'm just trying. I'm just trying to live my life. I'm supposed to go to my hometown this weekend. That's going to be interesting. I never go there just because my parents moved out of that city. And my brother lives there, but I talk to my brother pretty much every day. We text a lot, but I don't go visit him, and he doesn't come visit me because he hates me. I just don't like going back. There's so many, it just feels weird. I feel better than I used to. I used to get really sick to my stomach, and I don't know why. There's just so much there. I've really just kind of left it behind. And yeah, there's good memories, of course. But it's the first place that I've ran out of gas. It's the first place that I've got in trouble with the law. It's the first place that I've had heartbreak, experienced loss, crashed my car, and grew up backwards as hell. It's a backwards ass city. I don't know. It's gotten a lot better. They have 2 coffee shops now. Good for you. They had a Schlegel's, and I think that closed, and that really breaks my heart because Schlegel's was this like dim lit, just grungy, but not grungy, like also kind of bougie. It was really quiet in there, but we'd go to Schleg's all the time. Always hit up the Schleg's. They've gotten rid of a lot of shops, but they added new shops. Chill Coffee is just interesting. So I'm going to my hometown. Don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm supposed to get lunch with my dad. We're gonna go to Waffle House. He also had to go to the doctor and get an MRI or something on his lungs. That man smoked for like 48 years. Pretty sure he started smoking when he was 11 years old. So he went and got that. And we're going to celebrate the results because he doesn't have cancer. He's just fat. Me too. Love that man. We're going to go to Waffle House. They don't have Geta, which is kind of fucked up. It's fine. All right. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to plug them. I'm going to plug those socials. I'm on Instagram. Talent's Talent Pod. I'm on Instagram as a human. That's Kylie, and I'm on there as Twitter. I got my follower count back. You remember how I lost followers? Yeah, well, some came back. Thank you. Miss you. Yeah. Cincinnati's going to be popping this summer. I have a feeling. I'm going to call CVS tomorrow and ask them if they'll stab me in the arm. If they have any extra doses. I'm going to call Kroger, and then I'm going to call Meijer. Just give me an extra dose. Just, come on. Just put it in my arm. All right, thanks for tuning in to Talent's Talent. It's almost Aries season, baby. I'm about to be a full-grown woman in a couple of weeks. Hell yeah, I don't know what turning 27 has anything to do with being full-grown, but apparently it does. I don't have any plans because we're still kind of sort of in lockdown in a way. They opened the curfew in Cincinnati. I went to the bar for the first time in a while. I mean, I've gone to brunch, but I went to an actual bar. Felt weird. Had a lot of fun. Not gonna lie. Open them doors, DeWine. We're coming in whether you like it or not. Talent's Talent. Follow me on the socials. We're on YouTube. Don't forget Talent's Talent Podcast on YouTube. We're on all streaming services. Amazon, Google, Striver, Spotify. I can't think of anything now. iHeartRadio. I'm in the running for something. I don't know what it's called. And then also some exciting news with the podcast. But we'll see if it happens. I'm not going to say anything with a lot of things that are going on. Things are getting wild. But I don't want to jinx it and knock on wood. I don't have any real wood around me. So thank you for tuning in. Love you, my talents, talent beebs. Until next time, enjoy.